Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. We are done with week 1 of the artist unit, and I have a little bit of an update and some information that I'd like to share with you. So hang tight and let's chit chat. All right, week 1 is done. We're actually midway through week 2 as of the recording of this video. And so far, this has been great. It has been a great break from the science heavy topics that we have been learning. I feel like I love all the things with the animals and the science and nature and all of that stuff. But it seems like that's all we've been talking about. Just with Ready to Read, most of those topics were more science-based topics. And then we had Creepy Crawlies, which was science-based before we even started Ready to Read. We did Oceans, which was science. So it's been like over a year now of science, which is great. We've learned a lot. However, artist has been a great break from that. And artist is such a different topic that my daughter really is not used to at all. These are all really new things for her as far as composers and ballet and painters and sculptors and all that stuff. Those are all, she knows about them and kind of what they are, but to actually look at them and study them and research them, watch the Nutcracker, clips of the Nutcracker and stuff, like those are all new things for her. So it's been really, really fun. Now, I will say week 1, because like I said, we're halfway between week 2. So this is really kind of like week 1.5 update, because we did something today that I want to share with you guys. But anyway, so last week, technically our week 1 was good. It was a good week. It was a stressful week, mainly on like the personal end of things. We had a dentist appointment. We did take a field trip to the alligator farm on Wednesday, so that was really fun. But I overloaded our mornings, like 2 or 3 mornings in a row, and it just got really overwhelming and really stressful. Nothing to do with the curriculum in general. Like I said, that was just me scheduling too many things at one time, is basically what it came down to. If you guys watch the Creepy Crawlies review, which I will link up in the iCards and in the description, you know that the seat work, vocabulary, spelling deal was like massive downfall for us. I will say in the artist unit, it's much more reasonable. The spelling words, they still are a little bit more difficult than I was hoping for, but I don't think they're too far out of reach. There are some that we would have to practice with a little bit more, and there are a few that my daughter grasps, and she's able to really kind of sound out the word and figure out how to spell them. So not nearly as hard as I felt Creepy Crawlies was. I'm not doing anything with vocabulary. Remember last time I tried to do like the vocabulary word wall, and we ended up using them as sight words because I couldn't figure out how to make flashcards. So I just nixed vocabulary altogether because I felt like we really don't need any of that yet. Right now, we're getting plenty of time reading. I've incorporated more reading time for my girl. We're reading a lot more books together, and I feel like that's sufficient. We're just gonna relax with this. We're just gonna take this one easy. It's fun. It's been a nice break, like I said, from all the science heavy topics. And so it's been a breath of fresh air for me. And I feel like my daughter is really enjoying this one as well. So we're just gonna roll with it. Update on math before I tell you guys like the fun stuff, the fun thing we did today. Math, we're just gonna stick with master books. We're just gonna go with it. I've already purchased it. And instead of trying to move her along and give her something that's challenging her in new concepts, I'm challenging her more on mastery. So she's got most of the concepts down really well, and she has mastered quite a few of the concepts. But really it's just honing in and you know, fine-tuning details and things like that, and really making sure that we 100% know our time, 100% know our money, numbers. Obviously, she can write all of her numbers. She can figure out place value pretty well, but I just want to increase fluency in that. And I also want her to really practice on writing them well, forming the letters and numbers well, all of those kinds of things. And while Master Books is not challenging her in new concepts, which is originally what I was thinking that we needed, it's kept everything very minimal, and it allows me to kind of just go with it, and there's no pressure. And I think that's the other thing that I'm finding works well at this point. And we're just gonna focus on math facts. That is one thing that we were not really working on, was basic math facts. And so I got a set of addition flashcards, and we've just been going through those, and my daughter's actually doing really well with them. So I've just kind of been picking and choosing in the actual curriculum book of Master Books, and we sort of go through those on what I feel like we could get more practice on. We do the flashcards, and that's just kind of it for math for now, and I feel like that's good enough. Fun thing was today we went to a museum that is downtown from the city, you know, in the city that we live near. Really, we don't live in the city, but anyways, and so my daughter had never been to this museum anyway, but they also currently have a Leonardo da Vinci exhibit, and so we spent all morning there. Was really, really cool just to see all of the things that he came up with, and then how we actually use them today. And my daughter, she got to see a replica of an Allosaurus skeleton, and so she was really excited about that because we're still on the dinosaur deal, so that was a cool thing. She got to see the Mona Lisa. She got to see the Last Supper. Those two were covered in the unit, and she remembered those. It was really fun, and I didn't anticipate doing another field trip this month because, like I said, last week we went to the alligator farm, and that was great. That just created like more chaos for last week, and so I was really kind of nervous about adding this one in this week because I was afraid that it was going to kind of create the same chaos. Turns out it didn't, because I didn't schedule like 5 other things around it. And so it actually worked out really well, and I'm really glad that we got to go. And I told you guys I was going to let her do the create sections. If you guys remember that, in the seat work pages, there's like a little create this week section. And so last week was painting. I don't know, this week is bake a cake. Mama can get behind that one. So last week was painting, this week's bake a cake. We can do that. But for the painting for last week, I just printed these out. I found them on Google, and I just printed them out, and I just let her do some watercolor. And I was so proud of her. She did such a great job. And so she did the Mona Lisa first, So she was very excited to see Mona Lisa today. And then, you guys, look at that. I love it. She did such a good job. For those of you who may be new here, she is 5. So I feel like that is so good for 5. You can see that this one was first because we were a little excited and a little impatient. And then here she kind of slowed down a little bit and took her time. So anyways, these were fun, little extra things that I was able to print off for her. And then she was able to do her create for this week, which was last week. So far it's going good. I'm enjoying the break. I feel like my daughter's enjoying it. We've been able to have 2 fun field trips through this unit, and I am looking forward to baking the cake for the Create this week and just seeing what the next couple of weeks have for us. I do plan on continuing the 4-day-a-week schedule kind of thing that we have going here. That seems to be working pretty good. So this one will take us 5 weeks and not 4 weeks. We're gonna try that and see how we go or how we feel about it. So far, it is going well. And so I think we're just gonna continue it through this unit. And then of course, once we are finished, I will give you guys a full review and recap of everything. So if you guys want to catch that, make sure you subscribe. That way you can be notified when all of those videos come out. And of course, as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon.